I forgot about this. I didn't forget about my box talk, but as you can see, I'm always trying to update my channel with new training videos, new ways to train, Burleyism as we call it now. This is the age of Burleyism. But, you know, box talk, box corner must be served. To all my box heads, salute. I give a big salute to all my box heads, my students of the art. Salute to all of y'all. Now here we go. We got some good fights coming up that I think we need to talk about. You know, I'll try to keep this video short and to the point. So I had to have my notes. You know, I'm getting older. I gotta remember my notes now. You start to forget stuff. Plus, you know, I could be a little punchy. I'm always ducking punches. All right, so we're gonna try to go down the division. So first, the heavyweight, the king division, the king of kings. We can't talk about the heavyweights if we don't talk about Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. You know, now, I'm a fan of both of these guys. I kind of like both of these guys, and that's where a lot of my judging will be, because a lot of the fighters nowadays, I kind of like all of them. You know, some of the newer ones that are really putting it in, I like all of them. But Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, how's that turn out? Now that's going to be a rough fight for Anthony Joshua. What's going to happen in that fight is that Anthony Joshua is the more technical of the two. You know, they both have boxing techniques. But if their art, you know, if what was there be their high attribute, Anthony Joshua has high skill. He has very good technique. He makes little mistakes. You can see very good textbook boxing. He had a very good trainer on him. The jab, working off the jab. You know, his right hand. You know, as a big guy, you see he ducks. He knows how to get out the way, and he can mentally break you down, and you know, he's patient. And Deontay, you know, you got somebody, you know, Babe Ruth in it through the whole fight. He's trying to knock something out the park. You know, he spreads his legs too wide. His stamina looks to be, because I seen one thing where he talked about he didn't run. Like, I don't need to run. See, I like Deontay, but I don't like when boxers start talking that, you know, things they don't need to do that average boxers do because they're super. You know, we all human here. We may be gifted with some gifts, but if you really want to be smart, you know, train like a bum, even when you very talented. So that thing about him saying he doesn't do road work could catch up with him, you know, in the fight with Anthony Joshua, because he looked like he has stamina problems. He spreads his legs too wide. He drops his hands. He telegraphs the right hand when he gets tired. So all of this can catch up with him, and Deontay can win. So their fight would be skill versus chaotic skill, and we'll all see if training hard and being within the science, will that save you against someone like Deontay Wilder, who's like chaotic skill. All right, on to the next. Let's move to the middleweights that I think is a good fight. Billy Joe Saunders versus Triple G. I think that's a good fight. Now, after seeing Billy Joe Saunders' last fight against Lemieux, I think that kid's a rising star. I love the way he's fight, his movement. I think he has the style to really take Triple G. So if Triple G, of course, we know he has the big punch, and the big puncher is always dangerous because one punch can change the whole tide of a fight. But Billy Joe Saunders, that kid is special. His movement, his defense, how he handled David Lemieux, to me is a blueprint on how he can beat Triple G. So out of that fight, I put my money with Billy. On to the welterweights. You know, now Errol Spence got a fight coming up against Lamont Peterson, and that's a good fight. But I think in the back of our minds, we're all looking for the Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford fight. That to me is a super fight. But let's look at Errol Spence versus Lamont Peterson. That's going to be a good test for the Terrence Crawford fight. That's why selecting Lamont Peterson as his next challenger, if he is trying to get us ready for him facing off Terrence Crawford, that's a good opponent. That's someone that's really good to get a basis of what you're going to have to deal with in Terrence Bud Crawford, because Lamont Peterson is not a game. His career didn't go the way it should have, and you know, he looks like he has mental problems when it comes to like pushing himself over the hill.